Hello. Welcome everyone. Hold on, let me go to the settings. We're gonna change the character. So last time, you might notice today is not Friday. Today is actually Thursday. You might be like, Wolfie, why are you playing Miku Picross on Thursday? Don't you normally play this game on Friday? Yes, it is true. I normally play this game on Friday. However, we got stuff happening, okay? So today I got laid off from my job. That's basically that's why I'm playing this game. I felt if I was gonna play Dark Souls, it would be kind of weird, because I'd be trying to Zatsudan, and I'm like at the end of the game. I'd be like fighting the final boss. I'll be like, oh, I got laid off today. No, so we're playing this today. Yeah, it's true. Okay, let me welcome everyone. Welcome Stream Elements, welcome Duck, welcome Zoe, Slime Molder, Chocojax, Hamflu. No, don't worry about it. It's fine. So basically, remember how yesterday in my Zatsudan I was talking about on my fishing stream? I was talking about how all the contractors are like next week is gonna be their last week working at our company. It's like, man, we were like, man, that's so sudden. That's so weird. And then I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, huh? And then, you know, today they were like, holy frick, you guys, you're not gonna believe this. People getting laid off as well. And so, and I was like at noon, it's like when I was eating my lunch, I got like this email. It was like, what's it saying? It said something like, we had to make the unfortunate decision to let go a bunch of people. You will find out in the next 30 minutes. If you were affected, you will get an email from your manager, and they'll set up a meeting and we'll talk about stuff. And I was just sitting there like, oh man. I normally have my meeting with my manager on Thursdays at like 11 a.m. And yesterday he rescheduled it to be like 1 p.m. And I thought that was just a coincidence. There was no reasoning for that. But then I got the email at like 12:30. It's like, hey, you're not gonna be here anymore. And then I was like, oh shoot, so that's why he moved the meeting. And that's why the contractors aren't, you know, it's the end of the week, they're gone. And yeah, so that basically is my last day at work, I guess. So now we're here. Now we're here with Hatsune Miku. Anyway, I'm a bit not surprised because I guess because yesterday when I saw all those contractors, it was gonna be their second to last week. I was like, I wonder if like that's gonna have like broader implications on the company. And I guess it does. But anyway. Then we had, I had met my manager. We talked about stuff, and he said, you know, we can keep the laptop. You know, usually when you leave a job, they make you send the laptop back. Sometimes. I don't know about every company. But I feel usually they ask you to send the laptop back. And it was like, oh yeah, you can keep the laptop. And I said, let's go. And that was it. It was cool. They usually ask for it back, but I don't know, like all the technology here is pretty recent. At my old company, when I left the company and I gave my laptop back, it was my laptop was from 2012. Like when I first joined the company in 2012 or 2013, I don't remember when I joined, but maybe like 2014. The laptop was from that long ago. I never got a replacement laptop. And then I was like, what are you gonna do with this laptop? It's like too old for any... You're not gonna give it to someone, right? But I don't know, I sent it back. Also, welcome Genie A1. Slightly pog. Oh, but the thing is, I'm not even gonna use it because I have my desktop. I guess I can use it for interviews. When I'm doing interviews in the next coming weeks, I'll just use that one because the webcam is better. I don't know. That's something. Money saved, yeah. It's actually a pretty good laptop though. It was it's a MacBook, one of the new M1 MacBooks. I can install it. No, Mac. It's a Mac. Oh, I don't need to install Linux. I don't do interviews with a VTuber model. Nope. I'm sure there are some people that do it though. Use it for a small server system. It is technically, it is better than my desktop, but the thing is, I don't really want to. I don't know. I don't really feel like using it. I can now develop for all platforms. Yeah, I could have a Mac OS build machine. I could have some remote builds. If I did want to sell it, you know, I probably could. Maybe I could do that. But anyway, that's how my day went. I don't actually feel that bad about it, despite, like, you know, normally when people get laid off, they're like, oh man, you know, Woodfire Pizza, how's Pizza gonna find a job now? But every time, like, when I did my job search, many months ago, I was, like, not that nervous. Cause I feel like I have enough experience that it's not too hard for me to find another job. It's just a question of, like, whether the job that I eventually end up finding is gonna be something that I actually like. Cause, like, the thing about this company, it's like, it was pretty nice. It was pretty laid back. People were smart. I learned many things. And I got to wake up at, like, 10 a.m. Every day. And end exactly at 5. You know, I could stream at a consistent time every day. But then, you know, if I'm gonna be applying for other jobs, I don't know. They might not be as good. How many Rust jobs are out there? I'm actually looking. There's, like, not that many. There's not very many. Also, welcome, Jose. Well, okay, there are a lot, but they're all, like, blockchain, and I don't want to do any of that stuff. You know, every time I look at jobs, and it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna love this job. It's got blockchain, and it's got Web3. I'm like, frick, no. Heck no. Am I quitting? I guess involuntarily, yeah. Let's see, I could ask your contractor colleagues. No, but, like, the contractor colleagues are, like, they're from a contracting company. They're not, like, individual contractors. And it's also, like, based in Europe. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Also, welcome, Shima Panic. Didn't I recently change jobs last year? Yes. Yes, I did. I changed jobs in September last year. So I haven't been here for a year, and it's time for me to go. But basically, the project that I'm working on at this point, after the contractors are done, there's gonna be no one on the project. It's all like, it's done. They're all Rust. They know they're Rust, Rust, Python, Nix, a bunch of stuff. I don't know, but I think since they're in a contracting company, they can pretty easily get assigned to, like, a different company. You know, things like this tend to happen, or they'll have you work on, like, internal stuff, like open source stuff. There's many options for them. Now I'll need to mow virtual grass. Yeah, I could do so many things. Whoops! Oh, frick. Wait, why did I? Oh, okay. I guess this was not there. Welcome, Marklar. The blockchain jobs are probably at a high risk of layoffs as well. Yeah, I don't want to. I would never do a blockchain job. It just sounds like not something that's good, you know? Not something that's good for the environment. Crypto. It's not for me. But anyway, that's what happened. Yeah, I could have made a bigger deal about it. I could have said, yo, I got laid off from my job as the title. But I didn't, you know, I didn't feel like it. The 3DS has 3D Picross, let's go. But yeah, and then after the meeting with my manager, he was like, you want to set up, like, a meeting to say goodbye to the rest of the people? I said, sure. And since he was, like, in Europe, he was kind of confused. He was like, in the US, do they normally do this? Like, they let you go and then the day of, you're just gone. And, okay, I'm gonna have to put, like, a thing. I'm gonna have to put, like, text on the screen explaining why I'm playing this game today. Everyone's gonna come and ask him. That's what I get. That's what I get for not making the title specific enough. Here, I'll update the title. Playing Riku Picross because I got... because I don't have a job now. Here we go. God. Okay, let me put the text on the screen. Everyone is going to get the text. I explained this at the start of the screen. Okay, let's see. Text. I am playing Miku Picross instead of Dark Souls 2 today because I was laid off from my job. Yeah, everyone comes in here expecting Miku Picross. Hold on. Now this text is huge. Can I center text in here? Okay. Like this? Nope. Like this. And then I make the text smaller. I could put it into multiple lines. Some streamers have a title saying, if I stop streaming, I found a job. What? Oh man, I'm gonna be talking. You know, maybe I should just not mention it anymore. I'm gonna be talking about the same thing for the whole 2.5 hours. Here, I'll put this on here until I'm done talking about this. Also, welcome to Sniper 2. Also, welcome Wishy Wishy. Okay, here we go. Put this down here. Actually, it's overlapping. Okay, let me put some more line breaks in here. I'll make this 4 lines, 3 lines. Or 3. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, just put that over Hatsune Miku. Just put a different color. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, add an outline. You gotta add an outline. This. Make the outline... I can't find the setting to increase the size of the outline. Maybe because I made the font too big. Oh, wait, hold on. Rep. Copy text, invert it, put it on top of the text in OBS. Hold on, white text, black outline. Color 2, is color 2 drop shadow? I think maybe because I'm on a Mac, it's different. Oh, never mind. Oh, the music stops. See, I see the outline, but I can't. Can you control the outline, like the width of the outline? Text file, color. Maybe I just make the font smaller. I have it size 256. Maybe that's too big. Size 18. How about that? And then I just make the... Okay, there you go. Should be under outline size. I don't have outline size. I think Mac just doesn't have that. I'm streaming on a Mac, it doesn't have it. That's readable though. Let's make it size 36. There you go. I remember at some point, I think I tried using OBS on Linux, and it was missing like a lot of settings, especially under the text. The Mac is my desktop Mac? Yes, it is. Totally is. Anyway, okay, so what was I talking about? Our stuff. What do you mean? Font tools, readability. Did I say welcome, Namington? Many people are talking. Yeah, the text tools are weird. I remember when I was using OBS on Linux, there was like 2 different types of like font choices. There was like TTF, true type, whatever font. There was the other one. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, basically, where did I leave off? Okay, he said you want to set up a meeting with your coworker. Oh yeah, free type. So you want to set up a meeting with your coworkers, and since he worked in Europe, he I guess layoffs work differently in Europe, in the sense that like over here, I feel like if you get a layoff, it's like the day of, right? By the end of the day, you're no longer part of the company. I think like maybe in Europe it's different. They have labor laws and stuff like this. But I was talking about how at my previous job, some people, since we had a physical office, some people got laid off. And the way they did it was they would go up, there would be like a security guard or someone, they would go up to you at your desk, they would whisper in your ear, and then you would be escorted out of the building. And to me, I always thought that was really weird. And they would send your stuff to you in the mail. And so, thankfully, like, we're working remote, so that didn't happen. It was just like, you know, we actually had time, you know, I was removed from GitHub, but I was still on Slack. I could still do meetings until the end of the day. Yeah, I think like in person, it's like they're concerned about people breaking stuff, you know. If people get upset, they'll start smashing things. And that's probably why they want to escort people out, because I'm sure it's happened before. I think it's probably different in tech though, like, it depends on the job. I don't know, maybe not. But anyway, yes. I was able to meet with my coworkers on Slack. Sorry, not on Slack. On a video call. We just talked about stuff for an hour. We just talked about random things. I took notes. I take notes on everything now. Everything that I do at work. Since I started keeping a logseek document, I keep track of literally everything. If you do hostily, especially for a layoff rather than firing. Yeah, because like the thing is also that the contractors actually had more notice than the full-time employees, which I thought was funny. You know, they were told the end of next week they're gone. And then the full-time employees, we got an email at like noon. It'd be like at 12:30 you'll get an email telling you whether you've been laid off. And then, you know, I think at the end of the day your access gets cut off. Why did they lay you off? Downsizing? Yes. To control costs and stuff like that. Hey guys, guess what? You're gone. But I mentioned at the start of the stream that I don't actually feel bad about it, because I have enough work experience that I'm pretty sure I can find a job within a while. Do I want to lay off discussions for a while, or should we ignore it? No, I was talking about it. It's just like when I start the stream, I started talking about it, and then I guess people come in and then they don't have the context from the first like 20 minutes, and so I end up saying the same things over and over. Anyway, so that was it. And then started looking. I updated my resume. There wasn't that much to update. And I started looking for jobs. I just searched Google. I was like, what jobs are there? And then it outputted a bunch of things. And then I started looking. Oh, thankfully, like with layoffs, there is severance though. It's not like, you know, you're just gone. You get like a few months of they pay you what you would have gotten for the next few months, which is nice. So it's like, you know, that's something. And when I looked at the money, I was like, holy frick, I make that much money. three months of salary. That they actually said, they just said 3 months of salary, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked, they named the number. I was like, holy frick. No wonder you got. That makes sense. You know, if it was me and I saw someone was getting paid this much, I'd be like, yeah, get rid of that guy. No, I wouldn't say that, but like, you know, it makes sense. Anyway, that's how it went. I guess since I changed jobs pretty recently, I'm still pretty up to date with that stuff. Like, there's not that much to put on the resume. Right, it takes like I'm already finished with updating the resume, and it took like 5 minutes. Does my resume say famous eSlab and Picross Jam? I don't mention any of my outside of work stuff. I think when I first started looking for jobs, like right out of college, I would put some of my, like, you know, personal projects on my resume. You know, I could be like, oh yeah, I did art for this thing, I did this thing, but that has nothing to do with the job, right? If you're signing up for like a programming job, holy frick, I messed up. If you're signing up for a programming job, like, what do they care, right? You know, I could put that I did, you know, art for Hololive, and they'd be like, what the heck is that? Then they look into it, and then this is some weird anime stuff. But no, I would not put that stuff on there. But I have enough stuff, you know, to fill the resume. They would be confused. Unless it was like, you know, programming related. I guess like if you made a game, right? That's... What the heck? I'm messing up so much. Okay, this... I guess this has to be here. Is that the real Wolfie Wolfington? Most of my jobs haven't cared about how many anime I've watched. Yeah, you put your, I wonder if someone puts their VTuber Oshi on their resume. They'd be like, yo, my favorite VTuber is this person. And they just hope that they hope the interviewer knows who knows? I can't even talk. They hope the interviewer knows who it is. You'll find someone with the same Oshi and they'll be like, yo, let's go, that's my Oshi as well. You start talking about stuff. You should do that. I don't think you should do that. I feel like you should not do that. You could though. You could let me know how that goes. Only when your Oshi is Jesus. Is that true? Is that even true? You could do it. What if I did it? As a joke. What if I just applied to a company that I don't care about? Because like sometimes people like they'll apply to places that they don't actually want to work for. Just like so that they can do interviews and have interview experience. I think this is an octopus. Looking at the puzzle, this looks like an octopus. What the heck? Okay, I'm messing up a lot here. It's a taco octopus. It's a hot dog. Yeah, I knew it. It's an octopus wiener. Where even was it? And Jesus is your Oshi. Was it this one? I should keep track of like where I'm actually solving the puzzles. Hamto's not even a weeb enough to know. So in Japan, okay, here it is. When they have when they cook hot dogs, sometimes they cut it up, and then it looks like an octopus. It's like this thing right there. One of these, maybe that. I don't know. This is a nice illustration. It's pretty cool. Or what if you put your Oshi on your resume, but your Oshi like graduated, and then the person interviewing you knows who they are. They'd be like, oh no, this was your Oshi? I actually know them in real life. Doxed. Oshi doxed. They actually work here. Isn't that wild? Your Oshi actually works at this company. You'd be like, what the? You can't just dox them like that. But they could. Hypothetically, they could. To be honest, in the computer field, it's not unlikely to run into someone who knows Hololive. Yeah, it's so popular nowadays. I would not be surprised. Wait, I think this was not supposed to be here. Okay, I'm gonna reset. Because I was not supposed to know that information. I never claimed to be one, how can I be fake? Yeah, it's true. He hasn't claimed to be a weeb. He watches VTubers, which is like weeb adjacent. Also welcome Mint. Yeah, that happened. And then I had met with my coworkers. We talked for an hour. Talked about various things. And my dude, that freaking sucks. Oh man, what the? Hold on. I thought I messed up. Yeah, I'm holding up. Maybe I should put that in the text as well. I should be like, I'm doing fine, I'm sure I can find, you know, I'm just gonna fill the text, fill the screen with text. I think everyone is concerned, reasonably concerned. Here, I'll put the text on the screen. I will duplicate the text. How do you duplicate? You just copy paste it in OBS? Okay, there we go. I am doing... Oh shoot, wait a second. Wait. Are these... Is it duplicated? Hold on. Is it linked? If I edit one of these, it edits the other one. double tap the right button. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I'll put... Okay, I have to make a new text thing. I'll put the text 2 on the screen. Say I am... Oh, so you now have to update the text as well. Okay, size 18. We have the outline. I am... Here, okay, I'll put this over here. What size was this one? This one was size 36. Okay, this one, I'm gonna make it also size 36. I am doing okay, and am sure I can find another job in a reasonable time frame. Don't worry. Yeah, but I'm just gonna write an essay. So I'll put this here. But I'll put this here. This one goes here. So true. So true. Alright, there you go. There you go. I'm fine over the entire screen. Keep the rest of the stream silent. Yeah, everyone shows up. I'll just be AFK for this stream. They'll be like, what happened to Wolfie? What's going on? Is he okay? He just disappeared. Hold on, you copy, then right-click duplicate. Right-click. Duplicate. Oh, copy, paste. Okay, I see. This guy knows more about OBS than I do. Okay, here, we'll have this. It looks like Miku is saying it. Imagine if Miku got laid off. They would never. She's like the face of the industry. Anyway, what was I saying? Also welcome Cole. Yeah, pick cross out here. You have to open up OBS. Okay, 5 goes here. 1 there. And so let me look at my notes. Oh, but the notes are in a separate document. I can't. But I was talking about, we talked about stuff, you know, I was like, I learned many things, you guys are cool. My manager was like, you know, I know this other person is like doing a startup, if you want me to talk to them, I could do that. I said, don't worry about it. I'll contact you if I need to. And he said, okay. Yeah, my notes are in the other document. I separate my logseek documents for my personal stuff and for my work stuff. After Miku had her big break being confirmed in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. True. Was Miku in the MCU? The Miku Cinematic... yeah, the Miku Cinematic Universe. Wouldn't it be funny if they did add Miku to the MCU? You'd have Spider-Man. Is Spider-Man in the MCU? I don't know. She is in it? Is she actually? Is that real? Are you just making that up? Was she in the what is that movie? The Guardians of the Galaxy 3? And we're gonna start job hunting immediately, or we're gonna take an impromptu vacation? I have started looking for jobs. And so maybe I'll start submitting things tonight. Wouldn't it be cool if I had a job by this time next week? Everyone's concerned and I'm just like, look at me, got a job now. Guardians of the... They had a Vocaloid song? What the... I thought you were making that up. Not specifically Miku, but Vocaloids are real by extension. Was it like a known song? Did they make a song for the movie? Or was it like an existing song? Miku needs a Marvel cameo. She could show up though. It wouldn't be out of the question. Sounded like Rin Len. But which version? What if they had like One of those Utaos. What if Kasane Teto was there? They could be there. But anyway, going back to the topic. I started looking for jobs. As usual, with Rust jobs, a lot of it is just blockchain crypto stuff. And some of the companies that I was looking for back in September when I was applying to my previous job, the job that I had earlier today, they used to be remote, but then I looked at them now and they're all like, they're in person now. So I'm not gonna apply to those. When I was meeting with some of the people at work today, they were talking about like, oh yeah, where do you actually live? And I said, oh yeah, I live in like New York. But I do not want to work in person anymore. I will, any jobs that I look for nowadays, it's gotta be remote. Because I refuse to go back. I refuse to commute for really long hours. It sucks. I get home really late. Sometimes the trains are delayed, it's bad. But yeah. Work is done entirely on computer, it's insane it's not 100% remote. That's how I feel. A lot of jobs don't actually need you to be there in person. Okay, let's see, the Miku song. This is the Miku song that was in the movie? Oh, it's playing from my speakers. Hold on. We have Koinu no Carnival. So the music just stopped. From Minute Waltz. Is this a note? Hold on. Oh, it is actually... Hold on. When was this song made? 5 months ago? 2018. Wait, it's from 2018. I don't know. That's pretty cool, though. I didn't know that. Also, welcome, Zykes. They gotta justify the office space they rented 15 years in advance. Yeah, companies that do work in person. The previous workplace... Okay, when I say previous, I mean my previous. The previous workplace I had. We used to have an office, because it was pre-pandemic. And then once COVID started being a thing, people were just like, oh yeah, I don't know, we'll keep the office, we'll see what happens. Like in a month, everything will be fine. It was not fine. Everything is still bad right now. But then eventually, like maybe like 2 months into it, 3 months into it, they actually got rid of the physical office because they're like, why are we paying for this? No one's even in the office anymore. And so like everything was digital, everything remote. And it was nice, and we started hiring people from outside of New York. We had people in California, in like Texas. It was cool. Time zones weren't really an issue. I guess because everyone was expected to work East Coast times. Oh yeah, that's also another thing I have to think about. Like, if I'm applying to places that are remote, gotta make sure to ask them what their working schedule is. Because, you know, if I apply to a company and everyone's like in LA or whatever, everyone's in West Coast time, I don't want to be working past 5 PM Eastern time. Cause like I got a stream to do, man. A stream. And see, all the complaining about the death of office culture is a psyop. Yeah, there's like office culture, who even cares? I remember at my old job, we actually had someone in charge of office culture. His job was to, I guess, set up events in the office. I don't know. It's cool for him though. He was having fun. But then, like, after everything went remote, they were just like, oh, we don't need him. So they got rid of him. Community manager. I guess it's just like, he's just like in the office. He just like, you know, we have parties sometimes. He organizes them. Sometimes we have like, you know, we have raffles, we have events, you know, like on some days we have like tournaments, you know, like rock, scissors, paper tournament on St. Patrick's Day. You could win gift cards. You organize like t-shirts, you know, you get cool t-shirts. It's cool. It's nice because he was there to make the office space more lively. Yeah, everyone liked him. I liked him. He was cool. It was great. But then once we went remote, I did not need him anymore. And so he was just gone. Let's see, Mint says, I don't miss working in an office, academia, the casual sexual harassment you're expected to tolerate. What the? It's hecked up. I guess it also depends what kind of office. I'm sure like all offices have something like that. All sorts of harassment we don't even know about. But yeah, digital is nice. You could just wake up, you don't need to like, you know, dress up. Just go on a Zoom call. You could blur out your background. Everything's fine. Tinder's a good thing ultimately, but it certainly leads to unpleasant behavior. True. So true. We had like at my college, there were some professors that were tenured and they were like the worst professors. They would show up 2 hours late to a 3-hour lecture, which is like, that's absurd. But they were tenured so they couldn't be fired. And I think at some point he started shaping up a bit better. But I don't know, maybe they told him that he had to. I don't know, maybe they offered to cut his pay. I don't know. Worked in a couple offices with a strong bro culture. It was terrible. Yeah, I like the culture of the company I was just at. They were very inclusive. You know, even in the interview process, they asked about, you know, cool stuff. Yes, they asked things. Anyway, I don't know. The next company, I hope is good. It would suck if it was not good. Anyway, the options... There's options. There's less options than there used to be at the start of the pandemic. If I'm looking for only, like, remote only, there's less options. It sucks how divided the college professor system is between tenured and adjuncts. Some people do whatever they want, others are overworked. Yeah, that's how it is. I don't know. I would never want to be in academia. I guess like an alternative also, like the reason why I wasn't so concerned is that like I have enough money saved up, you know, that doesn't affect me that much, you know, considering I'm still getting like months of severance. And so if I find a job before the severance runs out, then, you know, I'll just be making extra money, and that's cool. And like if I really, like if I had no option, I could just, you know, I don't know, what if I started streaming full-time? I don't know. What if I started doing commissions on art, right? There's always possibilities, you know? Gotta be optimistic. I would rather not though, because because streaming is unpredictable income, and also I don't like drawing except when I do it for fun. But those are things I could do if I really wanted to. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I made no progress on this puzzle in the last 5 minutes. What is something I could do here? we got the 1, we got the 2. It's definitely possible. Like if I really wanted to, I could tweet on my main account, "Hey everyone, I'm streaming now." I'm streaming. And then people might watch. We might have more than 20 viewers at some point. But I don't. But I will not. Unless I need to. You know, maybe like a year from now. If I find another job and I just get laid off from that one, I'm just like, man, come on, I could draw for money. Yeah, actually having to draw for money. It's not for me. Streaming and art don't make as much as... Yeah, it's true. That's also the thing. As a software engineer, you make like a lot of money for no reason. They're basically overpaying you. Or me, at least. And... you know, that's why I don't feel so bad. Can't wait to see me turn into a loud, screaming full-time streamer. I'm just gonna be reacting to videos now. I'm gonna be pulling up YouTube videos. Occasionally just not saying commentary, just saying, haha, that's cool. That's funny. It's a funny video. And that's how it is. Oh, that's so cool. Wow, I like that they did this thing. Let's see, that's how I feel about working with churches. They value arts. Oh yeah, they commissioned Michelangelo. Remember Michelangelo? He was commissioned. He was paid so much money by the church. You think he enjoyed it? He enjoyed doing art. Happy I'm able to stream full time. Also, not be expected to. I thought you said not be expected to stream. I'd be like, wait a second. Scream. Yes, that makes sense. There, you know, it depends on the streamer. It depends on the screamer. Let's see, don't say it aloud or my boss might hear. What are you doing? Are you even doing your work right now? Also, welcome Soli. Things might be different in the US, but newly built churches look so sad. I don't remember the last time I've even seen a church. Last time I was even in a church. I'm not religious, by the way. I just haven't been to a church. A lot of churches in the US look just like any other building. Some banks look like churches, right? I don't know. Most American churches are strip malls or mega stadiums. Basically nothing in between. Yeah, like a concert hall. I don't know. I'm not familiar that much. Right, what am I actually doing here? Okay, we got the 4. The 4's gotta go this way. We got this one. Look at a beautiful church. Docs. Locations, docs. Look up every church. You'll find them. You'll find Marklar there. He'll be doing things in the church. Okay, the 6 is here. The 6 goes this way. I can't say I could say where the nearest church of any kind is. I'm sure they're everywhere. There's probably one that's like, you know, it doesn't even look like a church. It could just be like a hallway. It could just be on the street. It could be in a car. Don't they have like, in some places they have like mobile churches? They have like a truck. They do church stuff. I'm sure that's a thing. I didn't make that up. It's definitely real. Maybe I should have done some easier puzzles. I don't know why I started off with the 15 by 15s. I wanted to just turn off my brain and talk. Started the third last room. Oh yeah, this has to be here. This has to be there. This one's gotta be there. We got this one. Okay, so that didn't have to be there, but I made that assumption and I guess it paid off. See, actually I don't know where my nearest church is because I don't know if there's one that's closer. There's a hospital chapel. Hospitals have chapels? I didn't know that. It did have to be there. Did it though? 1, 7. Could the 7 not have been here? The 1 goes that way. Because of the column. This column? Oh, this. Oh, right, this. True. Hospitals and airports usually all have a Faith's Chapel. It's weird that when I see that sentence, I think of, oh, it's just like Dwarf Fortress. You guys know how in Dwarf Fortress you have places of worship? You have to have that. Just like in real life. Now everything makes sense. If you compare everything in real life to Dwarf Fortress, it makes sense. That's the best way to think about things. Okay, so this can't be here. Default setting for temples is 100% the airport All Faith Chapel. I guess because like airports are huge, so I never like looked around and noticed that there was like a chapel. It makes sense. It's like those things that are always around but you never think about them, so I've never noticed. So many things. Last time I visited a hospital, I saw they were doing masses? Is that the word, masses? I don't know. I don't know a lot of religious things. Okay, here we got the edge strap. We got the 2. Isn't it called mass? Or is mess a thing? I don't know. Some people really don't want to miss church even if they're traveling. Yeah. That's how things are. But yeah. That's we're just here doing Picross. What if I just stream Picross full time? You know, the audience for Picross on Twitch, it's an untapped audience. You know, if I stream this every day, I'm gonna have 1,000 viewers all here watching me say numbers. That'd be cool, right? I could get Twitch partner. I could get a billion emotes. I could have the cool check mark. I don't know. World's #1 Picross streamer. Yeah, it's mass. Yeah. Catholics usually call church days mass. Protestants say going to church. Yes. Possibly true. It's possibly true. What if I did a subathon? You know? I got nothing to do. I got nothing to do in the daytime, right? Besides looking for a job. That's a thing to do. What if I just streamed for a week? No, but like I don't want the money though from Twitch. I don't want the Twitch money. No, I don't know. The options are endless. The world is your oyster. It's my oyster. Okay, this is a 2. It can't be here, so the 3's gotta go up. Do a charity donathon? I guess I could. I would have to like choose a charity though. Like the issue with charities is sometimes you don't know. Like sometimes they'll just be like corrupt. They'll spend all the money on the CEOs instead of like the actual cause. So like I don't know. I want to avoid that. Charity Navigator, is that a thing? Have you done a charity stream? How do you know this? I guess you know other streamers who probably have done it, so they probably know. I don't know. There's many things. I guess tomorrow, I'll stream Dark Souls tomorrow, since I normally stream it on Thursdays. And donate to the Wolf Foundation. See, I've known this because I've had to work with nonprofits when I was working. Oh, I see. See, for some reason, I forget that people have lives outside of streaming. It's like, oh yeah, right, yeah, people, yeah. You've probably done something else related to charity. Outside of streaming. Yeah, she's a dog now. She's a dog online, and also in real life, by the way. Not to break anyone's immersion. Definitely real dog. CharityNavigator.org. VTubers are people? No, yes. Gamers Outreach. Oh wait, yeah, I seen some people do fundraisers for this one. It was like last week even. Or 2 weeks ago? I don't know. It was there. It's cool. It's nice. Okay, we got the 6 going this way. Doing a summer thing. I'm not sure. Also, I think I saw a comment earlier. I forgot who it was like a long time ago. Someone asked, what would my ideal job be? I saw the comment, but I forgot to respond to it. Basically, like, I still enjoy programming. Programming is fun. I would recommend it. If you like solving problems, programming, that's the job for you. You can code things, you can make cool stuff. And so I'm gonna be looking for another job that is also coding related. That's what I want to do with my time. Yeah, no con-gramming, only pros. Only programming. Let's see, I was never really fond of charities, but I guess if I could trust it, it might be a different thing. You can even create problems by fixing problems. Well, then we should just never fix anything, right? We should just never improve society. I don't know, but I see what you're saying, you know. Because, like, you know, every organization, it's got overhead. You don't know if the money's going where it needs to. Holocure tweeted a future update looking like a graduation text image. Text says it's going to be on Steam. Oh yeah. Can't believe they also got laid off from Itch.io. I think because the game was too popular. People were downloading it too much, their download manager. And they were like, you guys gotta stop. Your game is putting too much stress on the servers. And so they had no choice, they had to stop. Okay, this one has to be a 5. Stop all the downloading. I don't know why they had their own installer. Like Itch.io, they have their own installer. They could have used that. But they didn't, they made their own. In software engineering, we call that not invented here syndrome, NIH. It's when there's like a perfectly fine solution, but you feel like you want to make your own. When I tried the idle fighting game? Yeah, that one, I heard it was being really popular. A lot of people that aren't even into VTubers, they started playing that game because I guess there's no good fighting games that are out recently. People are like, yo, it's actually pretty well made. I've heard that usually people make tier lists for fighting games. I've heard that people have avoided making tier lists because the characters are real people, and they don't want to upset the fans by saying that their Oshi is like bottom tier or whatever. I think they're being overly cautious. I don't think people care that much, right? So true, Miku. So true. 5's gotta be here. You gotta have this. That's a 2. Okay, this one's gotta be there. Nothing. I wonder who's like the lowest tier in that game. Like, I could try that game, but like I also don't want to. Because I don't have that much of an interest in fighting games. Also, I wonder if anyone else, like, I wonder if anyone at my company planned on playing Tears of the Kingdom. It comes out tomorrow, and they're like, man, I have no time for this. And then they get laid off. And they're like, well, I guess I have time now. They spend the next week playing Tears of the Kingdom. If I was interested in playing that game, that would be me. But I'm not. It's not me. Okay, what is this? Yo, the rabbits. The moon rabbits. You got the moon up there. You got the rabbits. You got the mochi. You got the wheat. True. They'll be exactly like the guy in the commercial. Yeah, except the guy in the commercial has a job. The guy in the commercial is commuting. Actually, we don't know. I was talking about the commercial yesterday. Of the guy taking a bus, presumably to work. He was wearing a suit. But like, we don't know. He could just be wearing a suit for fun. You know, who's to say that he has a job? There was no footage of him being in the office. Or he would be working remotely. Maybe he got later. That's also true. Maybe the bus ride was on the way home. He could be going to an interview. No, but the impression you get from it is that he has a job, he has a house, various things. Hopefully that guy's having fun, huh? That guy loves playing Breath of the Wild. Sorry, not Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom. What if I did collabs? You know, the part, like, people that stream earlier in the day, I could do some collabs. You know, I never do collabs. I have time. I could do collabs now. The issue then is just like scheduling stuff. Math column? Is there a math column? Oh, 7-7. Let's go. This is here. That's there. Yeah, there's upsides to everything. Could finally, you know, not just be streaming by myself. The 3 is here. You get a 7, you get a 3. Gotta one. These ones have to be there. Anyway, hope everyone else is having a decent day at least. What have you guys been up to? Normally, I reserve this conversation for Friday, doing my Zatsudan stream, but today it's a special occasion. Note this as the layoff day. GitHub Actions. I was also working on GitHub Actions at work. Oh yeah, the funny part is like, when you get laid off, you don't get the chance to like update any documentation or anything. You know, you're just gone. So like, I opened a pull request at work as like, oh yeah, I'm almost done with this pull request. I just need to fix up a few things. And then access got revoked, and I'm just like, oh, I guess I can't. I guess it's up to you guys to figure out what the heck I just did. But I'm sure the project that I was working on is not going to be used. Because that's how things go. Anyway, I'm like sort of a little bit glad. Not glad, but like... I also don't feel as bad because despite me liking the company, there were some things that I didn't like. Like the process. Sometimes it took a long time to get anything done because there was too much overhead on stuff. Also, welcome Nutritious. And so in my head, I was like, I've always thought like if I get laid off, it would not even be, it wouldn't be that bad. I could find somewhere else. Somewhere else that's possibly they got better systems. I wonder how much people can abuse GitHub Actions. I use it for my... You can just use it for scraping stuff. You could, you can use it for everything. You can schedule any sort of job you want. Like my end of stream thing to find out what day it is, that's a GitHub action. It runs every 12 hours. It just scrapes a website. It's surprising that they allow people to use it like basically for free. Right? It's such a good process. Got good quality stuff. Oh, the redeems! Oh, frick. You're right. You're right. Oh, right, I should hydrate. You're right. Okay, let me go set my redeems. Okay, toggle. They're all on now. And I should hydrate. Yeah, they're free. The public runners are free. Also, welcome Yurga. I'm gonna hydrate right now. Alright. Please read this, Yurga King. Please read this. It's fine. Okay, we're back. Hydrate, what's a Zatsudan? Isn't it Cloud special move? No, that's I don't even know. What even is Cloud? Cloud Strife? From Super Smash Bros? You guys remember that guy? The market has recovered. Was the market ever bad? Oh yeah, there was that long period where like a lot of people were getting laid off from different tech companies. And it was pretty bad. I knew a few people that got laid off. Some people that worked at Facebook, some people that worked at Twitter. Twitter like never recovered. Twitter is just, it's still not doing well. Even at the start of last month. Yeah. Twitter, more like bad. Am I right, guys? So bad. Twitter is Twitter. I may need to add this arrow at the end of the last line of the top paragraph. No, that's not it. I don't need an extra line. Yeah, just do this. Twitter has the smartest guy in the world calling the shots? Albert Einstein? Albert Einstein is there? He's running Twitter now? Who do you think is like the objectively smartest person in the world? Like in the history of the world, ever? You think there's like one person that you could specifically say is like, this guy is a freaking genius? I think Einstein, maybe Einstein, maybe just like a random kid. Maybe a speedrunner, you know? A speedrunner who solved a problem. John, just a guy named John. Welcome Escapade, it's me? No. No. What? What if it's Charles Martinet? What if it's Chris Pratt? The guy who does the half A-process video? Oh yeah, that guy started doing YouTube shorts. I get recommended his videos sometimes, and they're all good. He's entertaining. There was one where he was singing a song. That was cool. Twitter has a large enough user base, and honestly, it's all up from here. The CEO can't really do wrong. What do you mean all up here? So, like, the issue with the phrase "it's all uphill from here" or "all downhill from here," it could be interpreted different ways, right? All downhill from here, it could mean that it's easier from here on out, or it could mean like, you know, things are declining downhill. All uphill, all up here, it could be like you're pushing uphill, it's hard. Or it could be, you know, the stocks are going up, the numbers are going up. That's how things are. Okay, which thing did I just solve for? This one? That's nice. Twitter is at a low point, so most changes will be beneficial. You don't know. They could make it worse. They can definitely make it worse. You think there's no way they can make it worse? He's gonna prove you wrong. Didn't we talk about yesterday how they wanted to make it into a dating app? They wanted to add phone calls on Twitter. They wanted to add dating. They could make it worse. Maybe the new CEO will be able to tell Elon his ideas are done. Is Elon stepping down at some point? Didn't he do that one Twitter poll once that was like, should I step down as CEO? I will abide by the rules. And then like nothing happened after that. Oh, he said today. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I still have doubts. He found a CEO starting in 6 weeks. I guess it's hard to make it, you're right, it is hard to make it worse than it already is, right? I'm sure they'll find a way. They'll definitely make a way to make it worse. He also started deleting accounts older than 30 days. I should log into my my original Twitter account. Really old one? Is it gone? Imagine if I just found out my Twitter account was gone one day. The one that I made in 2009. What the 2009? I should log into that one. Haven't been into using Twitter as much recently. Yeah, same. I log into Twitter. I'll check sometimes. But like, I don't follow anyone, and I also have no intention of following anyone. I just tweet every once in a while. And see, I really don't get the parallel universes thing in the half button press video. It's just like, it's aliasing. You guys know about aliasing? When your speed goes high enough and you wrap around enough, you end up in a similar location. Like the levels wrap around, but like the entities don't. Something like that. I say I scroll, but I'm just having much less fun on the platform somehow ever since I started using the For You tab. There's some like really weird stuff on there. Some really weird For You recommendations. Also, welcome Denchi. Like stuff that I'm completely not interested in, and then it'll just be like, it'll keep showing it to me. I'll be like, I don't want this. Is it just like a modulo thing? I guess something like that. Welcome Printerman. Is it ruined because blue checks are boosted so much? That is a possibility. It is possible. Like, all of the discourse on Twitter nowadays is just like, oh, this guy's got a blue check mark. Their opinion is invalid. And they're right, it is invalid. But that's all everyone says nowadays. Went back to watch the beginning of the stream to get the full scoop. No, the full scoop is right here. It's right here. Yeah, everything's there. The replies where they're boosted. Yeah, they show up at the top of every thread. And they have people complaining. People pay money and then they complain that no one's interacting with their tweets. Oops, I only wanted the recommended serving size scoop. What is that? What's that? Anyway, Yogi King said, are you planning on going back to your old job for that sweet pay bump? No. I would never go back there. The on-call policy there sucks. You get alerted every time you're on call, you get alerted at like 3 AM. Like guaranteed every time. So I'm not going back there. I'm sure if I did go back there, they would be like, yo, thank you, welcome back. But I don't want to do that. Actually, one of my former coworkers that worked at my previous company, he messaged me because she was wondering why we did something a certain way in the code base. And then she was like, oh yeah, I'm actually in Japan for 2 months. I was like, wow, what the... But she's still working PST time. So those hours must be kind of weird. Let's see, Cole says the For You tab actually somehow manages to be good for me. Do you like block everyone? You block a ton of people? Some people think they're shadow banned or something. It's like, no, people just don't like your post. Exactly. Exactly. People think that paying $8 a month will make people like their tweets. That's not true. That's not true at all. This one can't be here. Cole doesn't block it. Not even spam bots? Not even advertisers? There was a point where, like, on Twitter, I would, like, every time I would see a sponsored post on Twitter, like an ad, I would just block the account. And after enough time, you just get really weird, really weird ads. Not by companies, just like random people that want to pay to have their tweet be seen. But, I stopped doing that because it was too much effort. So yeah, I'd be like, I don't know, I don't work there. Where? Oh, in the company, yeah. I don't know, I could have just said no, but I don't know. Think about it this way, you pay for a boost because the content you post is bad. If you posted good content, you wouldn't need a boost. So it doesn't fix the root cause. Yes. But I think the issue also is that they're like, now that they're boosting the check marks, like people that don't pay for the check marks, I guess like maybe they get less numbers than they used to. But like, I mean, I personally don't care because my Twitter is not for business, it's just for fun. But I could see, like, if it's your job to do art and stuff like that and getting exposure on Twitter, I guess that could be an issue. See, Cole's For You feed is 99% art, 3D stuff, and dolls. I have gotten, like, I do get art recommendations in my Twitter For You, but sometimes, a lot of the time, it ends up being, like, AI-generated art. It's pretty obvious because they have the, like, hashtag AI art tag, and then I click every single time. I'm not interested in this, and yet they keep showing it to me. I guess I could just mute the hashtag, right? I don't know, but I don't use Twitter enough to care that much. Zoli's For You is currently game dev, fan art, and VTuber drama. There has been quite a bit of VTuber drama recently. And I've not talked about any of it. But it's out there. Things are happening in the industry. What's the newest drama? There's like a bunch of stuff. Something about like the pay, like the corporate VTuber, how much percentage they get paid on merchandise. Stuff like that. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's people are talking about it. Thinking about engagement numbers, it's 100% the wrong way to see it. You should be collecting analytics about the suitability for your posts. No, people don't care. People like the numbers. You show them the numbers, they love it. They love the numbers. Strongly assumed to be true. Yeah, but it's like, it's not confirmed, right? Assumed, confirmed, we don't know. I simply don't even know. Oh yeah, and then there was like some drama about like Selen wanted to do fan art contest, and then the Nijisanji management was like, you can't give a prize pool for this, and then she was like, no, I'll just give my own $5,000. And she had to fight them for that. Everyone's like, no, look at these exploitative companies. Oh, I can't believe they would do this. I don't know. Anyway, the fact that I'm talking about this is going to tell you that I've not applied to any VTuber corporation and have no plans to. In case you were wondering. Yeah, what if this layoff was just like a way for me to mask that I'm going to be joining Solo Stars or something? No, that's not true. Okay, I got a gallery. What is this? Violin. I got a violin here. Graduating from work. Okay, where's the violin? Where even? No, it was on the next page. I could be saying I haven't as the perfect cover. Yeah, cover? I see what you did. Cover? The corporation? I get. I see. Quit your job to play Picross. True. Okay, okay, here's the violin. Yo, what the frick? Who's this bear? You guys seeing this? Do you guys see this? Can I zoom in? This is right here. Okay, we got a rabbit, we got a squirrel, another rabbit, we got a bear. What the frick? That's a bear. We got a bird. Got some leaves. I think the bear is standing, right? These are the legs. What is that? What is it holding? I can't tell. It's cropped. We can't tell. Oh, a triangle? Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. Right, you're right. So true. Also, welcome Loki. You guys ever play the triangle? What is that like? Out there just playing like a note sometimes. Camflo did. What is that like? It's hard to do it well. Does the triangle have multiple notes? Or is it just like is one sound? Do you play the triangle or is it forced upon you? No, I'm sure there's people that do it professionally. There's probably like a Wikipedia article about like the most prolific triangle player. Also, welcome Bulldog. Someone dropped the triangle during an orchestra concert. What the? How could they ever recover? I'm sure there are probably like some songs where if you listen to it and the triangle isn't there, you'll be like, huh, this is kind of weird. You don't realize until it's gone. I don't think anyone aspires to play the triangle. Okay, we're gonna look this up. Who is the most well-known triangle player? Who's the most famous player of the musical instrument, the triangle? I hate Quora. Every time you get a result from Quora, you can't tell like what the answer is. They always put like related answers before the actual answer. And I'm reading this and I'm like, this is not the answer like to the question. I hate this website. I can't even, like, I'm on the page. I don't know what they're saying. It's so bad. Is there such a thing as a professional triangle player? No one just plays triangle. Percussionists cover whichever instruments are called for the score. Okay, but Eric Hopkins, a percussionist. I guess none of them are like specifically triangle players. I don't know. Himpo says usually whoever played the triangle would also be playing all the auxiliary percussion instruments. That makes sense. There's a video of advanced techniques. There's a guy going ham. Is he flowing? Is he flowing with the ham? It's so good. 1 minute 55. What the heck? He's playing it like a drum. It sounds like a drum. It's basically... yeah, it's basically like a drum. That's cool. Modern Quora is just padded with ChatGPT questions and answers. I couldn't tell the difference. Even before ChatGPT, every time I got a Quora result on Google, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Definitely doesn't answer the question. Or like it answers like a tangentially related question. I just don't like it. It's just a bad website. This guy out here jamming. Stack Overflow is pretty good though. Okay, this is a 6. Has to be here. If anything, what if the GPT answers are actually better, right? It could be that after introducing ChatGPT, the quality of answers has gone up. Would that be surprising to anyone? If someone made what if someone made... I don't know what I'm saying. I had professors complaining about students using ChatGPT on homework. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be an issue nowadays, right? Going forward. Because we had issues of plagiarism in the past, but now it's like, okay, did you AI generate this this post? Not this post, this submission? You don't know, there's no way of knowing. Because everyone just writes about the same thing over and over. Many years ago, there was a Quora DB of many questions and responses. There was a bounty to make a machine learning model to grade how good answers were. Were most of them bad? I used Markov chains model to try to generate convincing answers. It performed okay. Did you post it on actual Quora? And then people were uploading it? Pull up those pages. This guy knows. Professional Quora asker. Whoops. Well, no, what? Excuse me? I've never pressed this button before. You can wait. There's a hint button. Okay. Oh, it's been there the whole time. I just never pressed it. There's official Quora challenge on Kaggle. Is that one of those programming competition websites? Okay, yeah, it looks like that. Think of it this way, no more homework will be given for school, just because someone might AI generate their response. No, they wouldn't do that. Okay, that's a 5. Gotta be there. Yeah, hint D's. That's a website for data sets, okay. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, the quality of answers has gone down. I'm sure like even nowadays, probably some like Stack Overflow answers are just ChatGPT. People just answering so because they want their upvotes. They want their points. Their free internet points. There's a 3, there's a 2. It's another 3, that's a 3, this is a 6. Anyway, but like what anything else going on in this world? Anything besides the VTuber drama? Besides Twitter being bad? Do I have anything in my notes? I'm gonna check my notes. I'll have to move my 401k. Oh shoot. The 401k stuff. Yeah, apparently not all 401ks are equal. The one that I have here is like, if you don't move it out after like 9 months or something, they start charging you like $4 a month. And so I guess that incentivizes you to move it. But my previous jobs, we didn't have that. You could just keep it there like forever. See, eventually the web will be filled with ChatGPT used to train ChatGPT. Yeah, that's exactly how it's gonna work. Walmart theft security has gone way up. Are people like stealing like a lot of stuff nowadays? Scary because ChatGPT answers for stuff like mathematics sound like they could make sense but make absolutely no sense. Yeah, it's like how you can ask ChatGPT to play chess and it'll give you like moves, like assuming that it knows what it's doing, but then you actually try to make those moves and you're like, this is an illegal move. Since how did the vesting work since I got laid off? It doesn't work. That's the messed up part. But also it's like, it's not actually, it's like stock options, which like I don't know if I would have purchased anyway. It's like you don't actually get stock because the company's not IPO. And so it's like you have the option to buy them. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about this. But when I think about how long I've been here, you know, it didn't feel like I was there for that long. Right? But then when I think about it, it's like, oh yeah, wait, I've been there since like September. That's like, how many months is that? I don't know. That's many months. That's so many months. Several months. Also, welcome Pando. What were you doing? A shout out, Pando Holland. Oh right, Final Fantasy. Yeah, you were playing that last time. Hopefully you had a good stream. Welcome, Raiders. American labor laws rise up workers. Yeah, we should have a programmers union. Welcome, Argyle Pancakes. Yeah, the raid. I feel like I never see anyone use that emote. Despite that being like a built-in Twitch emote, I never see anyone use it. Anyway, sorry, I was looking at, I guess we can look at it the next time. What was that? An airplane? I got an airplane as the solution. It was a bit frustrating, lots of boss fights. Hopefully it was at least a bit fun though. Hopefully at least it's partially enjoyable still. We're just playing Picross. See, I mean, kicking you out the door, not giving you comp when it wasn't performance based is messed up. No, the comp was I guess severance, which as I mentioned is actually like a lot of money. It's like 3 months worth of salary. So when I think about it, it's just like, you know, if I find another job within 3 months, it's like free money. It's like a bonus even. At this place, you don't get a bonus because they give you stock. But at my previous job, they'll give you a yearly bonus. And then one of the things here was like, well, I'm not getting a bonus here, so what if you just give me a higher base salary? And then they did. And it was good. And now that I'm gone, I will get many dollars. And that's cool. It's pretty fun still. Haven't touched the game in a month. Forgot how to play. Is the game like complicated enough that it's hard to remember after a month? I guess some games are like that, right? Sometimes you're just playing and you're like, oh, what was I even doing? What quest was I even on a month ago? Don't even know. Fourth column, check. Fourth, oh, that's a 12. It's a 12. I could do an impromptu trip. I could. I don't know, but it's like, yeah, I could also just not do that. Like, the only place I would really feel like going is like Japan, but also like, I don't know, no one that I know is going. Also, I don't know, there's nothing really going on. Don't play a lot of action RPGs. Isn't you just press the X button, you go like attack things. A toaster still in Japan. True, that is true. But he's there for work though. He's not, you know, we can't just hang out all the time. Same here, I hate how they include the stock as part of the total comp when you aren't guaranteed to get it. That's why when I got the job, I was just like, I didn't say this, but I basically did not freaking care about the the stock options. It's like, it's base salary and like bonus, that's all I really care about. Or if there's no bonus, then have a higher base salary. And, you know, I argued for that and they gave it to me and it was actually pretty good. Anyway, another thing I forgot to mention is when I was talking to my coworkers in the farewell call, one of my other coworkers was talking about how he was also laid off from a previous job of his. And he was like, he took paternity leave because his wife was having a baby. And then he gave notice because it was like early. And then they said, the employer was like, wait a second, this guy, he's taking paternity leave? He's actually part of the layoff that's coming up in 2 weeks. What are we gonna do about this? And they forgot to remove him from the CC on the email, so he was seeing all the discussion. And they were just like, actually, don't talk about this. No one knows. Don't mention this. And he didn't mention it, but like, you know, then when he came back, he was like, oh, so about that layoff, is that happening? No, don't worry about it. And then he did eventually get laid off, but that happened to him. He found out the worst way. Like, imagine like your wife is having a baby and then you're like, oh shoot, I gotta go, and then they're like, oh, so they're gonna be you're in the layoff coming up. Sorry. Unrelated. Yeah, it sucked. Anyway, then he said he went to another company and it kind of sucked, and then he got laid off from that one. Not a good sign. He's doing well now. He didn't get laid off from this company this time. That's nice of him. He's doing pretty well. Our agile coach skipped the cut because she's on maternity until September. You guys have an agile coach? What the heck? Also, one thing that I wasn't used to at this company was no one really knew agile. Okay, we had sprint plannings and stuff like that. Okay, people that don't know software development. Agile is just like a way to do planning meetings and like stuff like that. There's a whole principle behind it. You make like story points for bugs and stuff like that. Basically, no one at the company like really had experience with that, so they were just like, no one pointed their tickets. There was no planning on like how long things would take. We would just make tickets and be like, I don't know, when is this gonna be done? I don't know. And I don't know. I feel like you don't need a coach for that. You just need someone who has like been in a company that has done it once, and then it's good enough. But even then, it's even arguably like you don't even really need it. We do agile but different. Ends up doing waterfall. No, we did like Kanban style. Basically, we just make tickets. We pick up the one on the top of the stack, and that's it. Every time the ticket's rolled over to the next sprint, it's like we don't care. No one's even tracking this stuff. Going to agile coaching meetings takes away from actual work time. Yeah, I feel like you don't need like someone who specializes in it. Maybe like when you're starting off, like if it's a startup and no one knows what they're doing. But at some point, you know, you don't need that. I like Kanban style because it means you're actually done at some point during the day. Yeah, I like it. It's like you don't have to spend all your time in meetings discussing what to do. You just make the tickets and then, you know, put them priority order, and then someone can just, when they're done with their task, they can just pick up the next thing. A lot of times, in software development, people will have tickets assigned to them. And then since they know that the sprint is like 2 weeks long, they just stretch out the amount of time it takes to finish the ticket, you know? It's just like, okay, this ticket, it'll take me a week. They'll say it takes a week. It actually takes like 2 days. But then, you know, the people in charge, they don't know. They don't know software. So they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, 2 weeks. Okay, 1 week, that's fine. And then they just finish their ticket and then don't do work. Which is good, actually, for the workers. It's great. But from, like, getting things done, sometimes not the best. They're doing almost waterfall-esque, but upper management looking to move to the agile-like system, the next product cycle. 2 to 3 years. What the heck? It's a long time. I guess you are in hardware. It's very different for hardware. Definitely harder to do things. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, go off, Miku. She's going off. She's going crazy. Medical hardware has so much red tape and paper. I guess like it makes sense, right? Because like it's medical. Someone could like die if you're not doing it properly. You know, people are potentially in danger if you go too fast. Yeah, there's regulations. There's reasons for everything. Yeah. Did I say welcome, Robo? I'm gonna click your name to see if you have said something you have said something today. I don't know if I greeted you. Welcome. Don't even know. We don't even know. Anyway, I just got an email for sponsorship, stream sponsorships. Hey, congrats, Wolfie, you're eligible for a Stream Elements sponsorship. Check out this game that none of your viewers will ever care about. There's a 1. There's a 1 right here. Which one is it this time? I think they moved to a different model. It used to be like they would notify you of every possible, Oh, this is a new song. Not new song, but new vocals. Basically, they used to have it so that they would email you on every potential sponsor. So it'd be like, oh, World of Tanks, you're eligible for World of Tanks sponsorship. You're eligible for this thing. And I think maybe like people were ignoring them because there were too many of them. So I think now what they do is that they'll just tell you some sponsorships are available. They'll just give you like a whole list of a bunch of them. You could choose from there. None of them are things that I care about. Actually, let me check right now. Let me check right now. I'll tell you guys. Stream Elements, sponsorships, dashboard list. You know, streamers, they don't talk about this stuff. I'll talk about it because I don't care. Because I'm not even a streamer, for real, for money. You got Mech Arena, Robot Showdown. You got Raid Shadow Legends. Of course. You got Marvel Strike Force. You got Final Fantasy 15 War for EOS. You got Puzzles and Survival. You got Babel. It's a language learning app. You got Warpath, Call of Dragons, World of Warships, Star Trek, Fleet Command. And none of that is anything that I care about. Who streams for money? Many people. A lot of people do. Oh, what the, oh, shoot. Oh, I thought this was 116. Dude, I thought the 1-1 was there. It wasn't even a 1-1. Welcome, Good Cat Gamer. VTubers basically make no money. No, that's not true. Have you seen some VTubers? They get so many red super chats. I thought today was finishing a section of Mario Picross. No, that's Monday. Do that on Mondays. I wonder when VTubers will just move away from highly populated areas. What do you mean? How do you know where they live? They don't tell you. We got Miku. Location VTuber location docs, they all live in big cities. New York. There are no VTubers in New York. Imagine if there were VTubers in New York. They could be among us right now. That's right, I said it. Among Us. We got which one did I just solve? Where am I even up to? I should have done these in order. I don't know. I don't know why I chose to do this in such a weird way. Did I look at this one yet? Was it this one? This one? I don't know. I don't even know. Whatever. Unlock some more music. This one. Memory piece. I sometimes forget the US doesn't have a thing that every other place is a densely populated area. The US is like mostly empty land. It's like impossible to get. You need like a car. Your Wi-Fi, your internet's probably not as good. I don't know. Can someone be a VTuber in the Arizona desert? What if, okay, isn't Burning Man a thing? Burning Man is a thing where people go into the desert and they set up like a temporary society. What if they had VTubers there? What if they streamed from Burning Man? The US is just 4 states. No, you got California, you got New York, Texas, Florida. Okay, that's the ones you named. You got Seattle. Other ones, you got the other ones that people kill. You got Louisiana, they got chicken, right? Seattle, sorry, I meant Washington. I meant Washington. And what about Iowa? What about Ohio? Everyone's talking about Ohio. People can't stop talking about Ohio. Okay, this one is math. Louisiana. The Louisiana Purchase. How could they even purchase Louisiana? Got the 2, you got the 2s. Oh, frick, wait, actually, that was a mistake. That was actually a mistake. No, it looks like I did that on purpose, but it was not on purpose. The amount of time I took to list a 5th one is telling. Because I don't know geography, okay? Imagine if I knew geography. Then things would be different. Then I would still have a job. That's not true. It had nothing to do with geography. Wondering if DC is gonna get anywhere with applying for state ship. What's even the deal with DC? Do you think they're so special? District of Columbia. Don't they know there's already a Columbia? There's also a clothing company known as Columbia. DC not a state? No, we don't. I don't even know what it is. It's like a territory. It's like, yeah, it's a district. It's in the name, the District of Columbia. Like, who even decided to make DC a thing? More than a territory, but less than a state. Yeah, it's like the Vatican, right? Isn't the Vatican like it's in Rome, but it's not Rome? It's like its own thing. DC is like its own thing. It's like Limbo, it's not really part of other states, but also not... It's part of other states, but also not really. Yeah, it's like Vatican City. Exactly the same thing. Oh, it's a whole different country? It's a country? Turns out I don't really know much about what things are countries. We talked about this yesterday. Someone named a country and I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. It sounded like a Marvel character. So there's so many territories out there. Isn't it fitting that the word terror is in the word territory? You're terrified of how many territories there are. Berlin is a state in the US sense. Yeah, we definitely talked about this. Lesotho is a country inside another country. Yeah, aren't there a few countries that are like that? There's so many things going on out here. You got this one, you got that one. The Vatican is not an Italian territory. What even is this? Enclave? What is an enclave? Guys are just using words that I don't even understand what these words are. Wonder if they... Next to Washington, D.C., there's an Alexandria. There's probably a lot of places named Alexandria. I'd be surprised if there weren't. Is this a star? Meteor? Okay, meaty or what? You gotta finish the sentence. What about meaty and? Meaty or? Meaty, okay. That's a cool picture. It's a pretty nice picture. Why is he sleeping? Why the frick is he sleeping? Everyone's awake. He's the first one to fall asleep at the sleepover. He's gonna be dead. They're gonna execute him. That's what they do. They do that at sleepovers. Len had a long day. He's virtual. There's no way. Enclave, territory surrounded by different territory. I see. That's what it is. I'm virtual. You're virtual. You guys are just text in a box. I'm real. So lengthy. I see what you did there. I understand. There's a bit of the US contained entirely inside Canada. It borders one of the Great Lakes. Yeah, true. So true. We're also miniature images. Which one? I don't see. I don't see the images. It's only an image if I click the profile. Wait till you hear about cities that are in 2 countries. Which ones? Minneapolis, St. Paul. That's not. Those are states. Those are twin states. The European one. They're so wacky over there in Europe. They got a union. They got some countries that aren't even in the union. They still call them the EU. There's some in Belgium, the Netherlands. Doesn't the US have couplings with Canada? I don't know. We've established I don't really know geography. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. There's always like, you know, people making maps. There's always like weird stuff going on. You know, what about continental drift, right? Aren't the tectonic plates just like shifting constantly? How often do you think maps need to be updated to account for stuff like this? You know, like you have the GPS coordinates, and then maybe like in 20 years from now, it's like it's different. It's located in a different area now. You guys know. You guys remember tectonic plates from school? Zoo pals. Those were some plates, right? They were not tectonic, but they were plates. Okay, this one's got to be here. 3 has to go up. Got the 1 and the 8. Goes here. Has to be here. Then over here you got that 711. 711. The first 11. The 161. Should buy a GeoGuessr sub. Well, did GeoGuessr always cost money? Or was that a recent thing? Because I feel like when I first heard about it, I think it used to be like all free, right? Or am I misremembering? I might be misremembering. Okay, we got a 461. 6 has to be here. It didn't used to. Yeah, that's what I thought. GeoGuessr is pretty popular now. You got Rainbolt. He's everywhere. That Rainbolt guy, he's everywhere. Everyone knows him. Everyone's afraid of posting photos online because they'll get doxxed by a GeoGuessr player. Oh yeah, Google. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, they're using the Google Maps API, so that's logical. It's like how VTube Studio, they have to pay for the Live 2D license. Many people don't know this. They don't know. They don't know that Denchi needs to pay the Live 2D license to use it. But now you know. Now you're aware. Did I know all the images in China you get from Google Maps are actually off? I guess I'm not surprised. I think I mentioned before that, like, I think the South Korean maps are also off because they don't want North Korea to know, like, the actual locations of things. Stuff like that. That's done intentionally? How wild is that? Well, I would assume they were intentional. For reasons. That's how they do it in the industry. Yeah, this one's got to be at 7. But thank you, Denchi of DenchiSoft. They use a different kind of encoding. Oh, I thought it was like on purpose. I thought they were doing it because they didn't want information to be known about where things are. I don't know. Also, don't they like not? Isn't Google like banned in China? Or like certain, I guess they might allow some Google services. Possibly. Felt like doing Chronophoto. Showed my in real life Squid Game. Mr. Beast? Oh, who's this? What the heck is that? Don't even know where that could be. It's not banned, but limited. Yes. Geography is complicated. You got geography, but then you got like, you know, you have rights to things. Some countries, they don't want you mapping stuff. That's how things are. The 4 goes here. Squid Game. Oh yeah, speaking of Squid Game, I didn't realize last weekend there was a Splatfest going on. I feel like I never hear anyone talk about Splatoon anymore. Like I saw people streaming it, and then I was like, oh right, I guess there was a Splatfest, but I never see people like on Twitter talking about it. I only find out on the day of. Okay, Nabu was playing. Many people were playing it. Everyone was playing it. Why doesn't everyone just abandon geography and be virtual? That's what the metaverse is. That's what Mark Zuckerberg wants. I thought I mentioned it. I guess maybe I didn't read your comment. Maybe I forgot. Yeah, I don't even play Splatoon. I didn't even collect my rewards from the last time I played it. And I'm pretty sure if you don't collect your rewards, by the time the next Splatfest comes out, your rewards are they're just gone forever. Yeah, Splatoon. That's Squid Game. I know what you meant. I thought that was intentional. Wait, that was it was to celebrate the launch of Tears of the Kingdom. Obviously, they scheduled the weekend before though. Wouldn't it be funny if they scheduled the Splatfest for the Zelda Splatfest on the weekend of to celebrate the release? And then no one plays it because everyone's busy playing Tears of the Kingdom. I can't wait to represent your favorite Triforce. And then no one's there. Everyone's out there playing a $70 game. Can you guys believe it's $70? What the heck, man? $70 Tears of the Kingdom? Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. More like tears of the money that you spent on this game. Because that's a lot of money. And you'll be crying. Because of the money. Because of the economy. That's how it is. Gotta collect them even sooner. Yeah, Tears of the Customers. Tears of the King. More like Tears of the King. The King is dumb. Got him. Was the coronation? The coronation was on on Monday, right? King Charles, whatever. I only know because my former manager was he's from the UK, and so they had Monday off for the coronation. Coronation, isn't that Corone's fan base name? No, that's listeners. Wouldn't it be funny though? Coronation. Look, Wolfie, that wasn't great. I don't watch the stream for the puns. I don't say the puns for your approval, okay? I say it because I think it's cool. And it is. It should be. Debating on getting the 2 eShop vouchers for $99.98, getting Tears of the Kingdom and something else. Yeah, you could get Tears of the Kingdom and Advance Wars if you wanted to play Advance Wars. You could do that. Or wait for another $70 game to come out at some point. Do those expire? Do you have to like use them within a year or something? I think you're a punny guy. Thank you. Sometimes I'm out here saying things for entertainment purposes. Like right now. This whole stream is here for entertainment. 12 months? Okay, a year? I guess that makes sense. That's a reasonable amount of time to buy things. Yeah, true. I'm just out here saying things. Sometimes on a lake. Sometimes I'm out on the lake saying things. Not today, though. Today I'm at Picross. Wait for half off. That'll probably take like 5 years, though, right? Don't Nintendo games like rarely ever go on sale? I remember when the first time Fire Emblem Awakening went on sale is when I bought it, and it was like it probably had been like 3 years after the game came out, maybe 2 years. I don't know. I feel like at that point everyone stopped talking about it. Oh, the physical. Okay. I buy all my games digitally, so I guess maybe that's why. Whoops. Wait. Oh, frick. That was actually by accident. I actually did not mean to do that. I meant to put it here. Well, okay, I guess we have that. Wait, no, that was fine. I could have determined that anyway from this. Okay, I did that by accident, but it ended up being valid for reasons that I had already discovered. Which is nice. Yeah, I'd be fine. I'm fine. I didn't cheat. 3 goes there, you got this 3. Wait, am I missing? Oh, this one. physical was sold out. What the calligraphy? Calligraphy? Isn't that the Hololive member who raps? Callie? She's graphing. 60 euros. Wasn't there a time when like €1 was equal to like $2 and now they're basically about the same thing? Basically the same value now. More or less. Okay, which one did I just solve? The beast. I don't think it ever went past 1.5. Okay, maybe, I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to the euro. Anyway, I'm gonna hydrate. Spin another hour. Alright. Next one. They should make all currencies the same for my personal convenience. No, but then you won't have a favorable what's this word, conversion rate. When you go to Japan and it's like, you know, the US dollar is pretty good compared to the yen. And the Big Mac index, that's a thing. Anyway, we're near the end of the stream. We're gonna do some difficult puzzles now. 20 by 20. We don't know if this is difficult. You know, I'm gonna quit, go back to get a different song. We've heard that song too much. Alright, here we go. We got 2, 3. This song is new. Life is not even a bazoo. It's $5.7. Sorry, 1.57. I read that as $5.7. But you also won't have an unfavorable conversion rate? But what about gambling? What if every time you go to the country, your money is worth a different value? Yeah, sometimes is not a good value. Okay, this one's gotta go. Wait. wait. Why did I do that? Welcome, Chicken Coop. No, I'm still getting paid. It was much less. Before that, it was much less. Man, currency conversion is so confusing. You know, you think the conversion rate is something, and then you go into a country, and then, you know, when you actually exchange your currency, you know, the currency exchange, they want some of that money as well, so then it's even less. It's even less. And every time you go to the country and leave quickly, you feel like the exchange moves suck the currency out of you. Yeah. That's how things go in this world. Doesn't this look like a shark? You guys see it? It's like a... Here's a fin, here's a shark, here's a bottom fin. It's probably not what it is. But what if it was? Wouldn't that be funny? Yes, Same. Submarine, true, it could also be that. Stop the puzzling, stop. Get that 2 to 10. 2 to 10? What about 11 or 1? Okay, the 5 is here. The 8 has to go up here. And then you got this 8. This one's got to be a 2. Clearly, it's a marine ship. You can't just assume that. We simply don't know. Hold on, 2, 1. Got 5. This one's gotta be a 5. And then you got these. Okay. Alright, this is a 10. Has to be there. Man, it's gonna be so weird, like, waking up and then, like, not having to go to work for, like, the foreseeable future. You know, I wake up at, like, 9:30 usually, which is, like, pretty late. Oh, that's another thing I need to think about. Like, if I'm applying somewhere else, I don't know if their work hours are gonna be, like, they're not gonna work so well. You know, what if I get so used to waking up at 9:30? I get one that's, like, then I have to wake up at like 8:30. What the heck? Let's do a 9:30 a.m. stream. No, that's too early. No one's even awake at 9:30. Imagine being awake at 9:30. Literally no one. Not even if you account for time zones. Work for an HQ based in the West Coast. Yeah, but then I would have to stream, like, I would have to end my workday like at 8 p.m. And that sucks. I would have no time to do anything. I would need to update, I would need to change my stream schedule. If I find a job, I gotta have it so that the workday ends exactly at 5 p.m. or earlier. If it goes beyond 5 p.m., it's cutting into the stream time. I can't have that. I got a schedule. And I guess even though, even if I don't have a job, like, I feel like I kind of don't feel like streaming at different hours because, you know, you ever have a situation where someone streams at the same time, like, all the time, but then, like, they change their schedule and they start streaming earlier or later, and you're just like, what the heck? This is weird. And then you stop watching because you're like, oh, this guy, you can't even predict his schedule now. This guy used to stream at the same time every day, and now he streams at a different time? I'm missing out on the content. Alright, what about the people that they care about the Picross, right? They're like, oh, I can't wait to see what this could be, and then they tune in and it's like, oh, it's not even this. I can always take a stream break in the middle of work. Can I? I don't know. Wait, this song is new. Wait, no it's not. No it's not. It sounds new. One streamer I watched was based. He was based. And also in Arizona. Twice a year his schedule changes by an hour. Oh yeah. Daylight saving. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the European viewers also. I guess you guys are probably used to it, right? If you watch like any like US streamers, they're probably all like, you know, every half a year their schedule's messed up. It's messed up. Technology, daylight saving is messed up. Okay, 9 goes here. Has to be here. The winter and the summer. Are they getting rid of the daylight saving stuff soon at some point? Is that happening? It happened, see, this is the year when I finally learned what the difference between standard time and daylight time was, and then they're gonna get rid of it. The way to remember, I learned this on Choco Jackson's stream. The way you remember what standard time is, when it's January 1st. At the start of the year, that's standard time. So, and then you just think, okay, fall, like spring forward, fall back. Spring, that happens after, the start of the year. But now this information is going to be useless. We're not even going to use standard time at some point. I'd say I didn't watch all that many people on a fixed schedule before me. Yeah, it's because then since I prefer watching people with a fixed schedule, then you hear me talking about them, and then you're like, oh, this guy has a schedule, I'm gonna watch this guy, and then you do. Then you got Choco Jacks, you got Hamlet, you got Northern Lion. Everyone is here. Wait, this is a 17. Okay, that's there. The bill was reintroduced in the House of Reps Congress, so hopefully, eventually. They always say they're gonna do stuff. That's politics for you. They say they're gonna do this. But are they actually gonna do it? We don't know. They could just be saying things. I also watch a lot of people who have no real start time, just streams like 10+ hours. Yeah, I don't do that. Imagine just going live, like, at any... What the frick? Oh no, I misread the column. I thought it was... Okay, I thought this was a 3. I thought this was here. Never mind. Well, then this has to be here. Yeah, this one's gotta be there. This one has to go this one. I mean, you know, I can see why. You know, it's not like you can treat it like a job. I don't know what I'm saying. Basically, if you're streaming as a job, you get to choose your own hours. So like whenever you feel like it's convenient for you, you can do that. But I think from a viewer standpoint, it's better if they're consistent. If you know when they're going to be streaming. That's nice. Because like before VTubers, I never checked like schedules, right? Every VTuber, they have like a schedule graphic they post at the start of every week. And it's usually always like it's different times. Because you never know when to expect them to be live. And before VTubers, that wasn't even a thing. I never even cared about schedules. Yeah, but now I don't care. Now just whoever happens to be streaming, I'll watch them. Okay, that's a 7. That's a 2. That's a 2. I used to check schedules. I even made like a whole website for it. The Nijisanji pinned tweet schedule website. That's still up. Okay, this one's gotta be a 4. Has to go this way. You got the 1, the 9 goes up. Oh, what the? Oh, shoot. That's a 1. Okay. Whoops. Man. Can't believe this. Made 2 mistakes already. This guy really fell off. Ever since he lost his job, he's been falling off for real. Okay, the 3's there. This one that's a 2. This can't be here. These could not be there. Actually, none of these could be here. This one's gotta be the 5. They put the mistakes in a good color. I wish they just wouldn't tell you about the mistakes at all. As a Picross player, I think that's cool. Yeah, that's it. That also uses GitHub Actions. Noticing mistakes before they become serious too. Yeah, but like, I don't want that. I want to make a mistake and then just not know. And then find out 20 minutes later. That's part of the appeal of Picross. Is that when you mess up, it's your own fault. And it's up to you to figure out that you messed up. Okay, the 3 is here. The 2, that's an 8. The 5. Okay, what if this was here? This one has to be at least here. Nice website. That's just GitHub. Oh, that is... Yep, I made this website. It just scrapes their tweets using Twitter's undocumented API that you're not allowed to use. That's good. Okay, that's an 8. It has to go up here, right? Has to. It literally has to. And then this one, that's a 1. Welcome NanoDan. Yo, it's Hatsune Wolfie. Avoiding paying for API access? Yes. You just reverse engineer the token that they use for web. Because like users that aren't logged into Twitter, they can they can still read stuff. And so you just think, how do they do that? And then you just see they hard-coded a token that every anonymous user uses. And you could just use that. They use GraphQL internally. It's pretty cool. That is a thing that they do. Alright, what else can I do? You got the 6. Okay, you got the 2, 1, 6, 8. 2, 1, 6. Oh, that's just math. Wait, this column was math the whole time. What the heck? Starting to think it's not a shark. It's a, I think it's a flower. It's probably a flower. The 1, 6, 3. If the 3 was here... Okay, that doesn't help. Okay, the 9 though. Look at this 9. Could be a shark corpse? No, they don't look like this. There's no way. They would never do this. Okay, this one's gotta be a 4. You've got the 7. Okay, that's a 4. That's a 1. You gotta have the 7 go down this way. You have these, you got this one. This one's got to be a 2. You got the 3 going up. These could not be here. Got the 1. You got that 2 right there. Got the 2. This one is also a 1. Alright. Anyway, it's numbers time. Everyone knows it's numbers time. You got the 8 over here. You got the 1. This one's gotta be a 1. So this has to be the 2. So this 9 has to go across. The 3 could not be here. The 3 is here. The 7 goes down. 7 goes down there. And then this has to be a 1. It goes there. You have this one. This could not be there. Actually, wait, this can't be here. This one's got to be a 2. You got the 5. You got the 2. That's done. This is all done. Got the 10. Got the 3. Oh, I remember this song is pretty short, isn't it? This song like ends suddenly. It's a 4. That's a 2. These could not be there. And then this thing being a 6, it has to go here. And then what? And then what even could you do? I'm pretty near the end of Dark Souls 2. I would say maybe, well, okay, I still have the DLC, which I'm not sure if I want to do. But basically, I could fight this one optional boss, which has like, it affects the ending, I guess. It gives you a different final boss. Okay, I could do that. And then I could see if I want to do the DLC. That'll probably be tomorrow's stream. The DLC is supposed to be better than the main game. That's what I've been told. People say that, and I can probably understand why, because the base game, not that great. Not as good as Dark Souls 1. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how things go tomorrow. DLC is the best part, but there's like 3 of them though. There's 3 crowns to get. There's so many. There's so much. That's too much content. DLC is better than the whole game. Okay, maybe I'll try it. Maybe it's actually fine. Okay, what else can I do here? We got the 1s, we got the 2. Oh, hold on, this 2 can't be here. So that means that this 2 has to be there. 1, 4, 2, 1 row. Ah, yeah. True. So true. And that's a 2. Get one and see if you want to keep going. Which one would you recommend that I do first? I know one of them is like the Smelter Demon Part 2. Is that the good one to go to first? Are they all good? There's one in like the snow place. I went there once. And then I went back once I learned it was DLC. Like, it's worth playing the pile of poo and then his Scholar the first thing. I don't know. I didn't want to just skip from Dark Souls 1 to 3. Might have only done one, which was the ice area. What the? This guy didn't even play all the DLC. The heck? What the? Wolfie's GitHub? Yes. Okay, the 9 goes right here. It goes right there. Got the 2. You got a 2 right here as well. And then you got the 3. You got the Crown of the Iron King. I'm gonna assume that is in the Shrine of Winter. Because that is the ice place, then it's gotta be that one. Unless there's multiple ice places, which would be surprising. Alright, let's see. You got the 2. This one's gotta be a 1. And then you'd have this one. Co-op partner fell off. Oh, you're doing co-op. I've never played Dark Souls co-op. As you can probably tell. But I could see how that could be fun. You just go through the whole game together? Or just like some parts? Okay, the 3 is there. You got that 2 over here. Dark Souls. What the? Dark Souls collab? I've actually never watched someone collab in Dark Souls. I don't really even know what that's about. How does that even work? 2. That's why I like streaming, because it keeps some people from dropping games. That is true. There are some games that I would have had no interest in playing if I wasn't streaming. Germa's doing co-op. Oh yeah, for with Stir. Wasn't he doing it was like a randomizer, right? I don't know if it was a randomizer collab. Just like a regular game. The 1 there, you got the 2, and then you got this one. The heck is this? This one, you got that one. Is that a snail? Oh frick! I was joking. It actually was a snail. I was joking. It actually. Okay. All right. Okay, where's that snail? Where the snail at? Here? This one? Is that? Yeah, look, there's gotta be a snail in here. Was this the one? I think that was it. I don't see a snail. Where's the snail? Where the heck? Did they lie to me? Is that a snail? Is that? It was this one, right? You guys saw that. Oh, okay, whatever. I don't know. Who cares? Gale the snail. I don't even understand that reference. Okay, now that we're at the end of the stream, we do some easy puzzles. We go back to level 1. We just do this one. It's so amazing how gross they make her look in this show. Gale the snail. Is that a thing? I've never even heard of this snail. I'm not even. Oh shoot, that one. It went too far. It's Always Sunny. There's a character. Oh, I see. I thought it was like a cartoon. That's not a cartoon. That's a show with real people. Also, welcome Karen. Yeah, there's Miku Picross. It's not as good as Kimono Friends Picross though. Get out of here, snail. So this is not there. These could not even be there. Gotta have the 2. That's a 2. Welcome, Eula Lawrence. Welcome, not Eula Lawrence. Interesting Picross game. Technically, you can't legally call it Picross. It's Logic Paint, but I call it Picross because that's what I know. It is Logic Paint because I think Nintendo or like Jupiter, they own the name Picross. Charlie's going, yeah. Picross, Picross. Did I like Pushmo? I did play that. I thought it was okay. I'm pretty sure like I got stuck on some puzzle at some point and then I just gave up and never went back to it. It was decent. Apparently the new Twitch CEO is actively approaching the major creators on a platform for a discussion. He also recently did a stream on Twitch. He's a streamer? Can't believe a Twitch CEO is a streamer. Is he even affiliate? Did he? I guess he probably streamed on the official Twitch channel. He didn't like make his own personal channel. Nintendo's gonna get me for the stream title? No, they don't care. They don't care enough. They're out there watching people play Zelda games. Yes, Nonogram. It's officially known as Nonograms. It says he should approach me, a 3-view nobody. I didn't realize, I've heard the term like 2-view and 3-view used. I didn't know, I assumed 2-view was like an exaggeration and it was like, 2 viewers. I think, I learned that it was like the number of digits. So like someone between like 10 and 99 viewers is a 2-view. I didn't know. I always thought it was like this guy has 2 viewers. No, he's got a 2-digit viewers. If you didn't know, now you know. I learned this from Hamflow's stream. He mentioned this, and I was like, I've heard that term. And there is a difference. If you say it's like a 1-view and a 3-view, that's like a 3-view. That's like, it could be 999 viewers. It could be 100. It's such a wide range. Anywhere from like 100 to almost 1,000. Top row. True. There's a lot of lingo out there. People saying words. People making up terms. We all just come to understand what they mean. Okay, so you got the 9. You got the 4. This one's gotta be the 2. You got this one. The last one is half a person. The snail. Okay, this one's not there. You got the 3, you got the 2s, you got the 3s. You got these over here, you got this one, you got those. Shouldn't the term be 3-figure view? No, they abbreviate. People out there abbreviating terms. I don't know. This one's there, you got this one. What is this? Choker. Didn't I get this one once already? Or was that in a different game? There it is. It's like a streamer deprecating joke, not a serious thing. Yeah, it's too many words to say. You think people have the patience to say multiple words? A word that's like more than 2 syllables? No way. No way, sir. The 2 is here, the 6 goes up here. You got this one, you got those, you got these. This one's gotta be a 2. This one's gotta go here. This one's gotta be a 4. Got the 1. So many jokes It's not a joke though. It's serious. People are serious about this. How dare you say it's a joke? Okay, this one gotta be here. Got this one, you got that one. This one's gotta be part of the 4. Seal Reese's. Reese's peanut butter cups. Okay, the 6 goes up. Got the 4, you got the 1. This one's gotta be the 3. We should all start talking in abbreviations. No, there's too many. Actually, it's like how in Japan they always shorten things to like 4 syllables. Especially like light novels and anime titles. Like konbini, that's like 4 syllables right there. Yeah, there's a lot. Famichiki, that is also 4 syllables. It's what they do. That's what they do over there. 0 view Andy. No, you always have at least 1 viewer, I think. That's yourself. While you're streaming, it'll count you as, as the 1 viewer. So you can never be a 0 viewer. I guess when you're not streaming, you could be a 0 viewer. He's talking about going to Bank of America. Yeah, BOFA. BOFA, this bank. Thought nonogram meant something about numbers. Turns out it's named after one of their inventors. Wait, what? The heck? I didn't know. That's cool though. When you invent something, they name it after you. Okay, the 3 is there. You got the 2, you got the 3. This one has to be here. You have to close the creator dashboard and your own channel. Then it will consider you 0, but you never know. Does 0 views count as 1? Yeah, that is also true. 0, if we're going by digits, 0 is also 1 digit. So is it even possible under this criterion to be a 0 view? The 3 is there. The 2's gotta be here. Is this an eggplant? Null views. Sneakers. Okay, sneakers. What are they even sneaking? Yo, that's poppin'. They got the bright colors. This looks nice. That's cool. They got the fashion. They got the drip. People say drip. They got the drip. You can be a 1 view Andy with less than 1 view. Yeah, you can. Invention not always named after the creator, otherwise the GIF argument would be completely different. Well, I didn't say they were always. Just sometimes they are. 5 view stream. Different bases. Do you count as your own viewer on Twitch? Yes. If you're streaming, like if you just start your stream and you /raid someone, it'll say 1 raider from the channel. And that's yourself. We're solving. We're out here solving. We're gonna solve this one. We're solving so many puzzles today. 2, you got that 3, you got that 5, you got that 4. 3 goes up. These all have to go up here. Got that 7, that 3, that 4, that 5. Look at all this. Look at all these numbers. Also, when did people start saying Andy as a thing? Is that a Germa thing? Did Germa start calling someone Andy and then suddenly everyone's saying it now? React Andy. We're from Teamfight Tactics. I feel like it's a German. It's gotta be. It's gotta be German. Germa's always out here starting things. So much culture has been created from Germa's streams. It wasn't Germa? What the? I'm surprised. I always thought it was Germa. Ice Poseidon? What is that? Better not be a D's nuts joke. Ice Poseidon? More like Ice Poseidon D's. Alright, what is this? Mochi Bana? I know what that is. Didn't we get this in Mario Picross? I think that was one of the solutions, right? Where the heck was it? Is it here? Here? I don't know, whatever. Some guy had multiple guests on his show named Andy, so they were different. Oh, I see. Some guy. Is Ice Poseidon the guy? Oh, it was on the second page. I skipped to the second page for some reason. Lore Andy. It's actually documented? Okay, I gotta know. I gotta know the lore. Andy. Who was the real Andy? Andy Slang. Yo, his last name was Slang. Andy Slang. Now, there's like 3 guys in that photo. React Andy. True, I do hear that. Ice Poseidon. Let's see. Andy M. Okay, sorry, I shouldn't have said Andy M. There's another Andy M. There's two Andys. There's multiple Andys. And those. And these. Wolfie, a VTuber Andy? No. There's no way. I would never be a VTuber. Imagine being a VTuber. That would be so weird. So strange. These have to be there. Fishing Andy. Advance Wars Andy. You guys know Advance Wars Andy? That's... Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's a 2. That's a 2. A virtual... Photato? Wait a second. Virtual tuber? Well, I mean, virtual doesn't imply that it's like... It's fake. Virtual is just different. Okay, well there's that. Well, would it be funny if my name was actually Andy? Or like someone's name was actually Andy? And everyone called them like a React Andy, and they'd be like, how did they know my name? How do they know? I thought I concealed my identity. Now everyone knows. 2 is here. You got this one. The 1, the 2. Bam. What is this? A stethoscope? Balloon? Wait, I feel like haven't we done... Oh, wait, I know this artist. I've seen the artist. According to GitHub, my name is Kirby. What? No. Kirby. It's Kirby M. Kirby Mario. The M stands for Mario. Okay, we'll go to... Can we unlock some new songs? I guess we'll do like 1 or 2 more puzzles. Oh, we have enough. Can we unlock this one? Oh, we cannot. Yeah, Mario and Kirby. Murby K. Oops, no, not this one, not this one. A few people I know in real life got into streaming. It's always hard to figure out if you should call them by their gamer tag. I feel like if they're on stream, you should call them the name that is on stream. Because otherwise, you might dox them by accident, right? That happens. 4 goes here. Or you could ask them, I guess. One of them is okay with his first name since it's public. Yeah, I guess just ask them. They'll have opinions. Just go, yo, should I call you X Goku 76 underscore X BTTV or TTV? Ask them their private. Yeah, ask them about their privacy policy. Ask them if they will accept cookies. 4 goes here, but 2 is there. You got this 3. The 3's gotta go down here. You got the 2, 4. Got a 7. You got the 1s. 2, 3. Meeting a few VTubers in real life. I don't know if we're gonna call each other VTubers' name. That's also a thing. Like, if you're in public and like, what if someone recognizes the VTuber name, right? You can make up like a code name, right? What if you said the VTuber name and someone's like, wait a second, I know this person, and then you get found out, right? That is a current concern sometimes because I mentioned like when Pomu was in Japan, she went to like a. She was in Akiba, and there were people there wearing her t-shirt. She saw them. They were wearing a t-shirt that said "I'm Pomu," and she had to make sure not to reveal herself. Okay, so far, I've always called people from online by their online name. That is also true. Also true. What is this? This is. Strip? Oh, it's like the Tanabata things. Right? Okay, let's look at this one. Yo, this guy. I've seen this guy's art. You got this one, you got that one. Alright, well that's gonna be it. Good stream today. We solved several puzzles. What the frick? Sometimes I don't learn someone's name until several months after interacting with them. That also happens. Sometimes I'm bad at remembering names. Alright, let's see what day today is. We'll send a raid. We got, Hostess Cupcake. Why is the C capitalized? You guys seeing this? Who capitalizes Cupcake like this? That's so weird. Is Hostess? It's actually so they spell like that. Okay, that's weird. The one with the frosting, yeah, those things. Make a Book Day. National Foam Rolling Day. National Twilight Zone Day. Somerset. World Ego Awareness Day. National Technology Day. Let's do that one. Hostess Cupcake. They should sponsor me. If they want that to be the raid message, they should. Yo, what if people sponsored me to do specific raid messages? I could sell out. I could be like, hey, pay me some money. I can have people spam your message when I raid someone. Okay, let's do today National Technology Day raid. And then I'll see who's streaming. And then I'll raid. Okay, we got Chocojax is streaming art. Hamflow, he's out there playing Picross as well. Yo, Picross. Okay, let's see who else. Several people streaming. Many people are streaming things. Wait, I think my Twitch. Hold on. I think my Twitch thing that tracks raids is broken. It says I raided Congo 177 days ago, but I raided him like yesterday, didn't I? Did I break something? Something out here is broken. I gotta check my code. I gotta check the GitHub actions. Well, anyway, I'm gonna raid, I'm gonna raid someone. Let's raid Berrybug. He's playing Sonic Heroes. Alright, well that's gonna be it. Tomorrow I'll be back with Dark Souls 2. Yep, Dark Souls 2. Classic game that everyone loves, Dark Souls 2. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking around. The sudden change in game that I don't normally play on Thursdays. Make sure you also stay hydrated. I'm gonna go look for some jobs. You know, I'm gonna go on Google, be like, hey, what are some jobs? And then I'll apply to some places. On the bright side, I have stuff to talk about now, you know? I was like, you know, this whole time nothing's happening at work. And now I'm like, yo, I got laid off, let's go. Stuff to talk about. Now I can find a different job. I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be so easy. This time next week, I'll be, you know, doing interviews, possibly. I'll be like, remember that time Wolfie got laid off? Ah, good times, good times. Yeah, for the content. I asked them. They were like, we're laying people off. And I'll be like, can you do that for me, like, as a joke? No. Okay. Oh, the raid is going to go in less than 10 seconds. I'm going to stop talking. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.